Today we will start with the concept of median. Now, the first question before starting off with median is, what do you mean by median? Before this topic, we have discussed the concept of arithmetic mean or AM. What we meant by arithmetic mean was basically an average of whatever data that had been given to us. Fine, whether it be individual series, discrete series or continuous series. We had a very nice average, finding out the average system, but this data wasn't that accurate. Why is it not accurate? Because arithmetic mean is giving us the average of two particular observations. It is basically giving us a middle range to two distant objects. For example, it has been given that a particular person is earning suppose say 300 rupees per day, and one another person is earning supposedly 30,000 rupees per day. The average that we see of the two people comes down to 30,300 divided by 2, 15,150. This average is not at all accurate according to the observations that we have, because the observations that we have a lot of inequality in between. Now this inequality cannot be measured except for any other tool than Lorentz curve, but what we will be studying here is basically trying to find out which particular observation falls mostly in the between. For example, if there was one more person added to this group who supposedly earns around 15,000 rupees, then our median value would have been 15,000. Clear? Suppose this is person A, person C, person B, then person B would have been our median. What we are trying to do is not correlate with median. Obviously mean, median, mode all are interrelated with each other. We have an empirical formula, we will do that also, but what the basic concept of median is basically finding out the middlemost value. The middlemost value in a set of observation, not its average, not its average, the middlemost observation that we have or the value that we get. Okay, so we will be starting off with this entire concept again, as in similar to mean and mode. In median also we will be having three formulas, one for individual, one for discrete and one for continuous. Fine. Individual series, let's talk about individual series first. What do you mean by individual series? Only the column of x has been given, there is no frequency that has been given, only a single set of observations, no class intervals, just a random set of numbers. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose this has been given as our set of observation. This is individual series. The formula for individual series will be n plus 1 by 2, where n is equal to number of observations. The same formula is applicable for discrete series, where n is equal to number of observations. Both have the same formula. Now what the interesting thing about this concept is, if we are talking about individual series, for example, right now it has been given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have to find out the median of all these 5 numbers. Let's find it out using these formulas. For example, individual series first. What is the formula? N plus 1 by 2. N is what? The number of observations. How many observations do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 observations are there. N becomes 5 plus 1 divided by 2 comes down to 6 by 2 is equal to third item. Third item, that means, which is the third item here? 3. So we write median is equal to 3. Median is equal to 3. Clear? The funny thing about finding a median in individual series and in discrete series is the fact that median is not affected by the frequency right now. Like for example, in arithmetic mean, we used to multiply x with the f column, correct? Individually we used to find out fx, later on the deviations used to come, but frequency was used. But here even if frequencies are given, what happens if individual mein frequency de diya? What if frequency has been mentioned? What happens? Our individual series turns to discrete series and the formula should change, but in median there is no such change. For example, along with this same set of observation, if I was told this is a discrete series and frequency has been given, for example 5, 10, 15, 3, 2, like this, even if all this is given, our answer would remain the same. Our answer would still be 3. Our answer would still be 3. All these frequencies have no role in calculating discrete series, the value of the median. Okay? So individual, discrete, the answer would be the same if the class is same. If x is same, the answer in individual and discrete is same. The answer is not affected by frequency in discrete series. Clear? Now the major portion comes, which is the continuous series. You have to concentrate on this entire portion. Individual and discrete are very easy, and usually it is not expected to come in exams. Like even if it comes, it will be for objective or for a mark or so. So we have median now in continuous series. Now first of all, I would recommend you write down the formula. Write down the formula. Median is equal to small l1, l to the base 1, that means lower limit, plus n by 2 minus m divided by f into c. Now I'll explain you each and every term what it means, but as a matter of fact, each and every book that you are studying from right now, whatever you are studying in syllabus, many other teachers, many other books recommend different alphabets to be taken as variables. You can do it at your own discretion, you can do it at your own will. If you want to take this as A, B, C, D or anything, you can take it. If you would like to write C as I, many people do, CI or just I as interval, you can. Okay, I don't mind, there's nothing wrong in it until and unless you mention whatever each and every variable means. Just like I'll be doing now, you also have to mention whatever the full form of each and every variable is in the exam. Because when you are sitting for central exams, each and every person is going to write a different formula. The meaning would be the same, but the alphabets would be different. For not taking a risk, I would recommend that you write down the full forms of whatever variables you have taken. So just below the formula, once during the starting of the sum, you have to write down where L1 is equal to lower boundary or limit of the selected median class. Capital N is equal to total frequency, as always, as in median also, which is denoted by summation f. M, here I have taken the cumulative frequency of the pre-median class. Okay. Next, C is equal to class interval and F is equal to frequency. This will be how we decipher it. You will have to mention the full forms of whatever formula you are writing down. Okay. You may even write the formula right now at your own will, as taught in school, as taught by your own teacher, or as you wish, as in your book also. But I would recommend you also write down the entire key or how you define each and every term. Okay, it's for your own good. First of all, it's for your own good. Secondly, it's for marks. But for your own understanding, I would recommend you write down. Fine? Next, write down an example. So we'll straightly come down to an example. But let me give you one particular idea about cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. Many of you know. I assume many of you already have the idea, like almost all of you. But some people who don't know what is cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency, when we are talking about cumulative frequency, it is the adding up of the previous frequency with the new frequency of the next class. For example, if we have been given frequency 5, 10, 5, 15, then the cumulative frequency would be, first one would be same, that is 5. The second one would be this 5 plus 10 comes down to 15, 15 plus 5, 20, 20 plus 15, 35. Fine. This is how you find out the basic cumulative frequency. There is another video, I'll put the link in the description below, about where, how and how to solve the cumulative frequency sums, the less than and more than type sums. But right now I'll be concentrating on these two types, the frequency and the cumulative frequency. That's it. That's how, this much only you need to know right now for doing median. Okay, for more than and less than, I would recommend you watch that video. For this, you just need to know how to calculate cumulative frequency. Okay, copy this thing down. So write down an example. I'll keep the formula up on the board for reference. So we are into continuous series. Now, like a typical continuous series sum, I'll be writing down a typical, sum that is present in the books. 0 to 10, 10 to 20. Now, the good thing about this thing is you don't need to find any kind of a middle value. Like we used to find out one more column for small x, but we don't need to do this here. Directly we'll be having the answer from class itself. Next frequency has been given, f. Supposedly 5, 15, 6, I'll just take it as 4. Fine. Find out the total of the frequency first, that is summation f or capital N, as you wish you can write. So the total is coming down to how much? And then we have the cumulative frequency. How to calculate cumulative frequency? 5, the first frequency is the same. The second cumulative frequency, the first cumulative frequency plus the second frequency, 5 plus 10 is gonna be how much? 15, 15 plus 5, 20, 35, 41, then 45. So the total frequency that we have is also 45. These two will be same. If you still did not understand or you don't know the concept of cumulative frequency, please watch the video for cumulative frequency. Otherwise, this is pretty easy. Acha, one mistake that many people make is what they do is 5 plus 10, 15, they do right. Then 10 plus 5, 15, they write here. 5 plus 15, 20, they write here. It does not make any sense. So please always add up the new cumulative frequency that you have got with the frequency, with the next frequency. This is how it works. It goes diagonally. Okay. So the total, the last cumulative frequency should be equal to the total frequency. So now what we have is all the data that we need. Yes, this is all that we need. There is no deviation, there is no summation fx, nothing to be found out, just this much. Now try to get this logic very carefully, very carefully. You cannot directly put in the formula here. First you need to find out the median class. So step 1 is finding out median class. I am not going step by step, just an intro. Finding out median class. That means which particular row you have to select for the formula to be applied in. Finding out median class. How do you find out the median class? N by 2. In individual and discrete series we did n plus 1 by 2. That was the final answer. Here it is just the median class. How do we find it out? How much is n? 45? 45 divided by 2. How much are we getting? 22.5. Now, under which particular cumulative frequency can you fit 22.5 in? Under which? 5 is lesser than 22.5, not happening. 15 not possible. 20 not possible. Under 35 you can adjust 22.5. The next greatest cumulative frequency number after dividing n by 2 is selected as the median class. So this is the median class that we are assuming. Median class. Okay, we'll do the sum using this particular row. So how do we start? Let's use the formula. Median is equal to L1 plus n by 2 minus m by f into c. Now L1 we know how much? 30. Lower limit of the median class is how much here? 30 lower limit. 30 plus n by 2 is how much? 22.5. So 22.5 minus m. What was m? Cumulative frequency of the pre-median class. What is the pre-median class? The class just above or just before the median class. Before 35 is 20. What is the median class? This class. What is the cumulative frequency of the median class? 35. Cumulative frequency of the median class is 35. Pre-median class cumulative frequency will be 20. Just above it, just before it, whatever you call it. 20 divided by f. F is frequency of median class, that is 15, into c is class interval, that means 10. 40 minus 30 is 10, class interval. Solve it. How much? Achha, this is, many people mess this portion up. Please don't. You know, after doing the entire formula and entire sum right, please don't make any such foolish mistakes, silly mistakes. Try solving it. This is a very easy concept. Median, mode, mean. These are like free marks that universities, colleges and schools give you. If you miss this, then it's, you know, when you study greater statistical data and measurement tools, it will be tough. Its total is coming down to around 31.67. 66 something. So we'll round it off to 31.67. Okay. So this is how you compute median in continuous series. Clear? First you find out the median class, and then step 2 is applying the formula. Step 1, finding out median class, selecting the median class in comparison to the cumulative frequency, then putting it in the formula. Fine. Remember these things, these are very important. Okay. The mean videos are already live there on YouTube. Arithmetic mean is there. There is another video for step deviation method specially, because many people are confused regarding that. And then we have it here. There is no step deviation method for median calculation. This is all that maximum will appear in your exams for median. Okay. So next class will be most probably starting off with mode. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like the video and stay updated for new videos.